Good Monday morning to everybody. I am headed to Houston on Thursday morning early. I'll be doing a leadership workshop there Thursday night and Friday morning, and then I'm doing a woman's story conference on Friday night and Saturday for the great folks at Spring Cypress Presbyterian Church. I'm going over my talks this morning, and I came to this one section of the leadership workshop, and I said, this isn't something that just applies to leaders. So I wanted to share this with you because I think it's something that most women and men, I can speak mainly for women, that we really struggle with receiving care. We really struggle with resting. And so this segment of the talk is called Gospel Care, 4 C's of Gospel Care. It's really easy, short, quick to run through. Hold on. Sorry, I had to get my Bible. So it is centered, the 4 C's of Gospel Care are centered in Jesus's verse 11:28 of Matthew. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That's me. I am one who labors and is heavy laden. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So 4 C's of gospel care that I think come out of that verse. Number 1, connection. Who are you connected to? Who is your community? Who are the people who know your story, who are praying for you regularly, who will notice that you look a little weary or you don't sound so good and ask you how you're doing? Community is absolutely necessary for all of us. We were made for community. It's rooted in creation. Number 2, care for our bodies. I think women stink at this. I think we care for everybody else but ourselves. We take our kids, our parents, our friends to the doctor, but we don't seem to have time to make doctor's appointments for ourselves. Again, I don't think I'm just talking about myself because I know a lot of women who struggle with this too. What we eat, what we put into our bodies, how much coffee I drink, how much chocolate I eat. I love chocolate. I'm actually had given it up for Lent because just had such a habit of grabbing a little piece of chocolate every time I walked out of the house. It just didn't make me feel so good. Not to that degree. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against chocolate. I think it's part of celebration, which is another C of gospel care. But diet, exercise, regular health care, we really need to attend to these things. This is part of Jesus's care for us, and it's not selfish. It's a way that we serve others by keeping our bodies in a place of health that makes us ready and able to help others as we're called to do. Number 3, celebration. So there's certainly times to eat chocolate and to do other things. One of the questions that I have on the forms for my clients in coaching is, what would you like to celebrate this week? We all have something to celebrate in our lives. Look at the end of each day, what can you celebrate about that day? Even if it was the worst day in the world, we have things to celebrate. God made us to enjoy Him and to be enjoyed by Him. So we really need to pay attention to celebration. And number 4 is communing with God. Are we communing with God regularly? And really throughout the day by praying. We can do this all day long. It is really good to be with God in a time set aside so we can just listen carefully and focus fully on who God is and what He's saying to us. Prayer, scripture, reading it especially for those of you who are leaders, not just to prepare a Bible study or a Sunday school class, but to soak in it, to know what it says. Scripture is beautiful. I love to teach Scripture. If you know me, you know that. Feasting, I've already mentioned that. Getting together with your community and celebrating and telling stories and eating good food, that's part of gospel care. Fasting, that may be something that you're doing as a part of your Lenten celebration. So what are they? Think real fast. Can you think of the 4 C's of gospel care? I'm going to do it for you one more time and just challenge you throughout today to think about these things. So connection or community, whichever you prefer, gospel care for our bodies, celebration, and communion with God. It's really just an easy 4 C's to remember, and I hope that it's something that helps you to think about how Jesus calls us to be cared for by Him. Take care.